Welcome, amazing one, and let's solve this beautiful geometry problem together. We are given a right angle triangle, and inscribed is a semicircle such that the diameter is touching this part of the right triangle and also touches it at these 2 points. And this right triangle here measures 15 units. This length measures 8 units. The question is to find the area of the semicircle. Now, is this something you can do? Don't worry yourself. I will take you through it step by step. It's just so easy. So what you do is, for us to find the area of the semicircle, just for us to find the area of the full circle, which is pi r squared, then you divide it by 2. When you do this, it gives you the area of the semicircle. But the question is, do we know the radius of this semicircle? That is what we need to find for us to get the area. Now, if you go back, the question has told you that the diameter of this semicircle lies on this part of the right triangle. So what should you do? Let me show you. The first thing is, just remember this theorem. For any time you have a circle drawn and there is this tangent line drawn to touch it at this point, if there is a radius and this radius comes in contact with the tangent, we say it's perpendicular at the point of tangency. And this is your tangent and the radius theorem. Now, of what use will this theorem be to us? If you go back to the diagram, since this is the diameter, from here to here is the diameter of the semicircle, automatically you can generate the center from here. Did you see that? So if this becomes the center, we are free to generate as many radii as possible. But when you have this kind of question, I always tell my students to always target the intersecting point. So what do we do? Let's target the intersecting point. Remember also, this line is a tangent line because the arc of this semicircle, this arc, which is part of the circumference, is touching this line at this point. So automatically, this line becomes a tangent line to the semicircle. This line also is a tangent line because it's also touching the circumference at this point. Did you see that? But this is not a tangent line since it is passing through the center. Now, what do you do? Since we want to target the intersecting point, we are going to move this point from here to touch this just for us to find our radius. Remember, radius is the line from the center touching any part of the circumference. So you are free to generate as many as possible, but we are targeting the intersecting. So let's join it together. So if you do that, this is what we have. Now, obeying what we stated here, it's right angles at this point. We can also join from here down to this end. So let's join it. And this also right angles here. Remember that this is a right angle triangle, so it's right angles at this point. And from here to here, we said is the radius. From here to here is also the radius. And if this is true, if from here to here is r, it means that this length is also r. So we can adjust this. Let's do that. So here is r. Automatically, the rest of the length is going to be 15 minus r. So that when you add them together, it gives you a total of 15. You have not changed anything. And what do you do next? From here to here is r. Automatically, from here to here should also be r. You see that this has formed a square. So let's adjust this. So here to here is also given as r. And in that case, the remaining length is going to be 8 minus r. Now, what do you do at this point? If you look at this, you observe that if we can label this triangle, this right angle triangle, if you can label here A, and label this point B, and label this point C, did you observe anything? Yes, you observe that we have formed two similar triangles. Let's see why that is similar. Did you observe that watch this, Did you see this right triangle? Did you see it? If you bring out that shape out, this is what you have. Let's do it well. So this is what we have. If we bring that shape out, it has a vertex of C, and it also right angles at this point. This length measures R. This length measures 8 minus R. That is for the upper one. We can call it triangle 1. Now, which other triangle is similar? The biggest one, did you see? This biggest one is similar to it. Let's bring it out and see if it obeys the property of similarity of triangle. Its right angles here, remember? From here to here, we see measures 15. Let's put it in. We can also adjust this to write it in here. Now, this point is also the point of C. Did you see that? And this measures B, and this is A. Now, this point, you see, is the same with this. So they have the same angle at this point, C. And you also observe they both have right angle at this point. So automatically, the remaining angle here should be equal with what you will have here. And you see it has obeyed the property of similarity, based on the fact that the 3 angles in the first triangle is equal to the 3 angles in the second triangle. So with this, we say that these 2 triangles are similar. Now, if they are similar, what do you do? Just use your similarity property. And what does it say? The corresponding sides are proportional to each other. So we are going to have 8 minus R is proportional to this length. And this length is given as the total length from here to here. We have it as 8. So we have here as 8. This length is 8. So this length is proportional to this length, and it should be equal to what we have here should also be proportional to what we have. So R will be divided by 15. That's just all you need to state. So what do you do now? Let's cross multiply these two so that we can find the radius. Let's do that together. And if you are our returning viewer, thank you for always choosing to learn tutorials. If you love what you do, don't forget to give us thumbs up. You can subscribe for the more you get. Make sure notification bell is on because we have updates for you every day. And don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you. And let's keep doing this to have. Use this to multiply the whole of this. So we have 15. We'll be multiplying 8 minus R. Use 8 to multiply R. If you do that, we are going to have distribute this. 15 times 8 gives us 120. 15 times negative R gives us negative 15R is equal to 8R. So what do you do next? Let's collect like terms. Take this to the right side. It's negative, so we add 15R to both sides. And when you do that, 120, this will cancel out. If you add this up, it gives you 23R. So to get R, remove this 23. To do that, you divide by the coefficient. And when you do that, we have, this takes off this. We now have R is 120 divided by 23. So this is our radius. Now, what do you do next? Get the area of the semicircle. And that gives us pi R squared divided by 2. So putting the radius here, we have area is pi multiplied by our radius is 120 divided by 23, square it, and then divide your answer by 2. So what do we do this? Without calculator, let's open up this. This is the same as area is pi multiplied by 120 is squared. 23 will also be squared. Then we divide our result by 2. So let me show you how to do this without using calculator. From here, we now have area is equal to pi multiplied by 120, you know, is the same as 100 add 20, then you square it, divided by, this one is the same as 20 plus 3, and then you square it. Remember, we are dividing by 2. So what do you do? Just remember a plus b all squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So if you apply it on these two, we have area is pi multiplied by, this is going to give us 100 squared plus 2 times 100 times 20 plus, so we have 20 squared. We are obeying this. And then what do you do next? This is divided by, this will give us 20 squared plus 2 times 20 times 3, then plus 3 squared. Remember, everything is to be divided by 2. So let's adjust this. So everything is to be divided by 2. So if you simplify this, we have area is pi into 100 squared will give you 10,000 plus multiply this. 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 4,000 plus 20 squared will give us 400 and is divided by, this gives us 400 multiply this. This times this is 6 times this will give us 120 plus 3 squared gives you 9. And this is also to be divided by, you are dividing this by 2. So what do you do at this point? Let's keep simplifying. So we now have area is equal to, add this up, 0 add 0 add 0, we have 0. Then add this, we still have 0. 4 add 0 add 0 will give us 4. Then we have 4 add 0 will give us 4. Then we have this one. So it gives us 14,000 divided by, this will give us, add this, it gives us 9. Add this and this, it gives us 2. Add this and this, it gives us 5. And it's also divided by 2. Remember, we have our pi here. So it means that area is pi multiplied by 14,400 over 529. This is over 1. Change it to multiplication. You flip this fraction, it gives you 1/2. So if you simplify, area is pi, 2 here 1, 2 here will give us 7, and this is 2. So we have 7,200 over 529. So this is what we have for the area of this particular semicircle. This is left in terms of pi, and remember, it's in square units. And I hope this really helps you. Don't forget to tell us how much. Like, share this video. I'll also be curious to see your own method. You can ask questions. I'll be there with you. Thank you for always choosing to learn through us. I look forward to seeing you in my next class. To have a beautiful day. Bye.